Hello everyone. Last time we tackled about the conditional statement, which you can see here in my screen. So, today we are tasked to make a revised version of our conditional statement together with our new topics, which are the while loop statement and the for loop statement. But before that, I will tackle to you first on how to make our while loop statements and the for loop statement before we proceed to our revised version of our conditional statement. So here we have here our while loop statement. So first is we have to write this while and then space for condition and then a colon. So if this condition is true, anything we type here will give us a repeated symbol. So we have here a variable I, which is a shortcut for index, and then we set this to 1. And then here we type print, and then type print, we type I, and then I is equal to I plus 1. So we try to set this while condition into I less than or equal to 5, and then a colon, and then print I, and then we type print, and then the string done. So we define our I variable is our index, and then we set it to 1. And then we set our condition here into I less than or equal to 5. So as long as I is less than or equal to 5, we can print I on the terminal and we increment I by 1. So I is equal to I plus 1. And then we type print. So if we try to run this one, we should get a number started from 1 to 5. So we have here our while loop statement, and then we run this one. So this should be the result that you should get when we run this program. Okay, so as you can see here, we have our two lines here that has been indented so that they are part of the while block. And then let's try to make this program more challenging. So here we can type an expression like we add a string inside. So this one, we call it first. And then here, as you can see here in our program, this is where we started, and then we added our variable I, and then we set our condition into I less than or equal to 5, and then for our next step we type print I, and then for our increment I is equal to 1, and then we run the program. So this time we will try to change it. So here we still have our variable I is just equal to 1, and then our while I less than or equal to 5 column print. So the only difference from our first example is that in this area we just added our string, and then inside our string is our expression, which is the asterisk. So we type our asterisk here and then a string, and then we multiply it by I. So in this case, that anything we put it here will be multiplied and will give us a repeated symbol on what we put here in our string. So if we try to run this one, this will give us this one, a right triangle here. So we have our first asterisk, and then our double asterisk, triple, and fourth, and then fifth. So anything that we multiply here will give us a repeated symbol on what we put in here. So if we try another one, let's try the heart, and we try to turn this one. So the same thing happened here. Okay, so that's it. This is our example or how to make our while loop statement. This time we will proceed to our for loop statements, which is another kind of loop in Python. So we use for loop to iterate over items of a collection, such as string, because string is a sequence of character. So we can use for loop to iterate over each character in a string and do something with it. So here is our example, as you can see here on the screen. So we type out for, and then we can define a variable, and this is what we call a loop variable. So this is our variable, the word item. And then in each iteration, and then Python is our string also. So in each iteration, this variable will hold on one item. So we type for, and then space item, space in, and then our string, and then after that is colon. So, and then enter our print, and then item. So with this for loop, we can iterate over the string Python, and then each iteration is item variable will hold one character at a time. So this letter P is our first iteration, Y is our second iteration, and then PHON is our so on other iteration. So if we try to run this one, we will read Python vertically. So here, so Python was executed individually, so Python spelled out Python individually. So we can read this one into vertical position, so Python. And then if we try another example here, so we try number. And then run the program, the same thing in Python. It will be read vertically, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the same thing, this is our first iteration, second iteration, third iteration, fourth, fifth, and then so on. And then if we try to have a multiple character, so we type our bracket, and then inside our bracket we type our string, and then we try to have a character in names. So Catherine, Maria, and then John, and then Sophia, and then Mark. So if we try to run this program, here is the result. So we can read this one horizontally. So Catherine, Marielle, John, Sophia, and Mark. So this is how we can create a multiple character in for a loop. So we can also read this one vertically if we try to remove this bracket. So if we run this one, we will remove the comma. So if we try to run this one, this will be read vertically here. So it's because the loop statement will have a iteration one at a time. So this is our first, second, third, and then so on. So here we have Catherine, Marielle, John, Sophia, and then Mark. But when we try to put the bracket, and then run the program again, so here is the result. We forgot to put a comma. So here it is. And then we can also type numbers. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. So here is our third example. This is my revised version of the if statement together with the while loop statement and for loop statements. So here is my conditional statement. Is wearing a mask, washing hands are safe, false, and is not wearing a mask and washing your hands are safe too. So here we added our while loop statement to have violation of rules, and then print. We have here our numbers of offense. So we have our variable I and set it to 1, and then while loop, which is our variable I, and then less than equal to 3 colon print I, and then we have here our I is equal to I plus 1, and then we type print. So inside here is our string, and string statement we have here. We have 3 offenses, and each offense will face the following. And here we add the for loop statement. So for item in our string, and it said it is our first offense, which is to pay 1,000 pesos and a written apology. And then second offense, pay 1,500 pesos and written apology. And then third offense is pay 25 pesos and you will be banned from going outside. And then we type print and then item. So we have here print for our space gap from here to here, and then print our string, a message, a warning reminder for those who will not follow, and then print thank you for your cooperation and stay safe. So this will be the people's violation if they won't follow the safety protocols given by the government and also the school campus. So if we have this kind of um, law, people will surely follow it to avoid paying this large amount of money. So here we have our first condition here. Our second condition here is true, which is if not wearing a mask and washing your hands are safe. It's because if they don't wear and wash their hands, they will get infected by COVID-19 very easily, and then the life of your loved ones will be at risk, and they won't allow you to get inside the campus. So to avoid this one, you have to follow the rules and regulations to avoid the violations of the law given by the government and also the school campus. So we have here our revised version. So if we try to run this program, this should be the result. So no, as you will get infected with the COVID-19 virus easily, the life of your loved ones will be at risk, and the guards won't allow you to get inside the campus. So stay safe and God bless. And we also had added the violation of rules. So we have here our numbers of offense. So we have 3 offense, first, second, and third offense. So have 3 offenses. In each offense will face the following. So first offense, pay 1,000 pesos and written apology, and then written apology. And then third offense, pay 2,500 pesos and will be banned from going outside. It's because third is our last offense. And then a warning message to everyone who will not follow the rules. So a warning reminder for those who will not follow, and then thank you for your cooperation and stay safe. So this is my first version of the conditional statement together with the while and for loops. So thank you everyone and God bless.